Okay, back to me speaking the truth. Got to speak the truth. Now, let's talk about the Department of Education here. Okay? I think there's a lot of blame to go around of why the education level in the United States is low. Okay? This is the part where a lot of you are not going to agree with me here. And I promise you this is coming from love, but we have to take accountability here, okay? First of all, let me say this. Teachers need to get paid more for one. Okay, they need to be paid a lot more than they being paid, because I have heard so many teachers who said that they had to come out of their own pocket, which is crazy because they don't even get paid enough to have to buy books themselves or like school supplies. It's crazy. So they need to get paid a lot more for one. Number two, we need to be more concerned of hiring really good teachers that care more about the education than worrying about how many followers they have on social media, how many likes they have. Because don't get me wrong, you want your students to like you, but in certain parents, but you do not, that's not all you care about. We want, and also your own agenda. And what I mean your own agenda, we're not promoting LG community. And listen, I grew up and we was never taught about that community. And I don't look at it as discrimination, because if you want to be honest, even though Trump is trying to say that all we was taught was hate and racism when we learned our history, that is not true. When I learned my history in school, I never left my classroom talking about I hate white people. It never came to that, because actually my experience, there's a lot of good white people in the world. Okay, no matter what your race is, what your religion is, there's good and bad people everywhere. Okay, so I don't even know where that crazy stuff is coming from. But we need to stop being about politics inside the school and be only about education. Only. Now, let's go with the teachers as well. I said they don't get paid enough. My issue as well with teachers is this. I don't think it's fair that if my mom was a teacher and my mom come home with a black guy and I'd be like, Mom, what happened? Oh, this student beat me. She did what? Yeah, she hit me. I'm sorry, the student did what? She hit me. Oh, okay. We going back to that school. Because I look young, right? I sure do. I'm 40 years old, but I look young. Let me tell you, thank God. Even though I've been through what I've been through, I got all the scars to prove it, all the damage to prove it, that I've been through some stuff from fighting cancer. But let me tell you something. I will pretend to be a student and we going to have some problems. You ain't going to put your hand on my mama. Okay? I'm not advocating violence here, but what I'm saying is we need to have more accountability for students when they touch the teachers, because how the teachers can't fight back here. So you gonna let students beat the world out of the teacher? Really? Where it needs to be. Now, let's go to the parents here, because now parents gonna be mad at this too. Now, my mama went to every PTA meeting that I had. I think parents need to realize you send your student to school for like what, 7-8 hours? The teachers are not supposed to raise your children. That's your job. They're supposed to teach your children education, not raise your kids. Okay? Let me give you an example of what I mean by that. When I was in 3rd grade, I wasn't doing too good in school. And my teacher told my mom, and my mom said, so what do I need to do? She basically, what do I need to do? And the teacher said, listen, I feel like Nicole wants to learn. I feel like something is just the way it's not processed right. I think you should get a tutor. So my mom got a tutor. Now, personally, y'all gonna laugh at this, but at the time, I was young, and I thought Hooked on Phonics was fun. I thought it was so, I liked it, the Hooked on Phonics. I actually asked my mom to buy it. She was like, so I'm getting a tutor. You want Hooked on Phonics too? Yes, because it was fun. I mean, the way the cards and everything were, it was fun. So I got that too, right? My mama didn't curse the teacher out. Who are you to tell me about my child? Don't you tell me about my child. You was doing your job right. You wouldn't even be doing, my child wouldn't even be failing. You don't know what you're doing. First of all, are you helping your child with the homework? No. Oh, what you trying to say? I'm a bad parent? Well, don't tell me what to do with my child. I'm telling you, your child needs a tutor. Well, my child didn't need no tutor before he came up in your classroom. So obviously it's you. I'm not paying for no tutor. You pay for a tutor. Do your job. How is the student supposed to learn if the parents are acting like that? You need to do your job as a parent and raise your child and teach them and understand sometimes teachers can tell you about your child and it's not that you're not doing your job completely. Sometimes you're just in denial. You don't want to know your child has a learning disability. So instead of taking accountability, saying, well, I missed it, you want to blame the teacher for finding it and then want to get the teacher fired. No, do your job as a parent, raise your child, teach your child, do the homework, make sure the child homework. You're not playing no game until you do your homework. Come to the PTA meetings, because you have no problem going to the club and doing all that stuff, but now all of a sudden you don't want to do help your student, your child do the work. Come on now, that makes no sense. So now here's the thing. Now, students, because like I said, it's a team effort. Y'all not going to like what I'm about to say. I told you that. I tried to tell you. I said, y'all not going to like what I'm about to say because I'm speaking the truth. I'm speaking the truth. Students, you're not there to be bullies. You're not there to have fun. I mean, you can have a little fun. I'm not saying don't have some fun, but be respectful. Learn, because the choices you make in school is going to help shape your life in the future. Right? We have to take education more important. It's sad that we are taught you don't need an education. Remember back in the day, I don't know if it's still going on now, but back in the day, remember if you was failing in school, they didn't even care because you was the star of the basketball team and the football team and the soccer team, and they was like, oh, is you the star, the cheerleader? Oh, we ain't helping you get no work. You just gonna be the basketball, because as long as you rich, you don't need your education. When you have too many people that's rich and can't read and write, this is a problem. This is a problem. Because I don't care how good your talent is, you need an education. So I feel like the reason why our education is low is not because the Department of Education needs to go away. It's because it's a team effort. It's the teacher that's at fault. But then also, it's not fair that the teachers are doing all this work and they're not even getting paid enough. It's the parents not doing their job of raising their kids and helping their kids with their work and taking accountability if something's going on with the child education wise. It's also the student responsibility to want to learn. But let me also say this as well. If you have kids that are hungry, because here's the thing. We are fooled by this crazy narrative that people like Trump throws out, right? The thing is, there's a lot of kids that are hungry. Some of them, they only eat when they go to school, okay? So that means if I'm hungry, am I going to want to pay attention in school? No. If I'm being abused at home, am I going to want to pay attention in school? No. Or I might want to leech on to the teacher to be the parent, to be the therapist, because I'm not getting the help that I need at home to be able to get my education. This is when it falls back on the government. The government has a responsibility to do more in schools. First of all, stop complaining about it's not your job to pay for lunch and breakfast at school when you're sitting up there letting criminals eat for free. How about that? Also, we need to stop acting like that the CPS is failing at their job. That's what we should be cutting. Or we should be firing people at CPS because clearly they're not doing their job. That's a whole nother video. But when it comes to education, I think we need the Department of Education back. We just need to work harder as a group effort. Teachers, parents, students, and government officials all need to come together and figure out what can we do, how can we do it to make sure that our students get better? Because it's not just about public and private school, because there are people in private school that fails every day, and there are people in public schools that pass every day. So it doesn't depend all the time on what school you go to. It's about the work that you put in. Sometimes, yes, you have better advantage. But you have to understand that we all have to work together if we want better reviews and better results. Okay? So that's it for my Department of Education.